Do you ever meet someone and instantly feel that they're carrying a weight that maybe you could help lift? You see their pain, their past, their mess, and maybe you think that you could help them, to heal them and just kind of stay when no one else did. And the more you do it, you start confusing love with responsibility, kindness with self-sacrifice, and you think that if you just love them enough, they'll finally change or something. If you've ever been in that type of situation or you're in one right now, I just want to tell you that it's not really your job to fix them. It's not that they don't deserve help, but they just need to want it. They need to want to change. When I was younger, I had this one friend who always kind of seemed to be in some type of chaos. They were fun, they were magnetic even, but behind all that was constant drama, emotional breakdowns, and kind of unresolved trauma always being there. And because at that time, I just wanted to help him out, so I always showed up for him, just be a good friend, just being there for them. So I made it my mission to be their savior or something. Like I stayed on the phone until 2 to 3 a.m. in the morning, even when I had school the other day. I made sure to check in whenever they disappeared, and I even forgave them when they hurt me. And I would always tell myself, they're just going through it. They'll come around. They just need someone to believe in them. But what I didn't realize at that time was that I was drowning while trying to keep them afloat. I was also matching their energy. I felt sad. I felt depressed all the time. I felt more anxious talking to them. And because this pattern sort of continued, I started acting more like them. And I realized that as time passed, my own needs were ignored, my own struggles, they were invalidated. And just my own energy, right? It was completely drained. And I think that's the tragedy of trying to save someone who hasn't chosen to save themselves. You end up building a home in someone else's chaos while burning down your own. And I've said this before, but being a good person doesn't really mean being a doormat. We grow up kind of believing that love conquers everything, but I feel like sometimes love is not enough. Love itself is not enough, especially if it's one-sided. People have to meet you halfway. They have to want to grow, and they have to have responsibility for their own healing. And if they don't, it doesn't really mean that you failed. It's not a reflection of your love. It's just a sign to kind of step back and let them just walk their own path. You deserve a relationship that feels safe, that pour into you the same amount as you pour into them. The one that doesn't rely on guilt, pity, or emotional labor to keep it alive. So it's not selfish to set boundaries. It's not cold to just walk away from someone who doesn't want to change, who is unwilling to just do the work. It's necessary, it's healthy to walk away from people like that. They're going to want to depend on you more and more, and before you realize, you'll be a changed person, but not in a good way. Because when you spend time and energy trying to help someone out, they kind of drag you in, and they won't want to change anymore because they have helpers that can just do the work for them. It's like you're being an unpaid therapist. I'm not saying that it's wrong to help someone out, but fundamentally you can't fix another soul because that's not you. How they think, what they want to do in life, it's up to them. It's completely up to them. You are never meant to carry it all. Their healing is not your assignment. Their growth is not your burden. So let them go. Let them take ownership of their lives. Let them figure it out. I think I really learned this the hard way because I always have this feeling when I see someone who's struggling, I just want to help them out, right? I feel like I can be the good influence in their lives, and just by being in their lives, I can, change them, I guess. I always had this thing, and every time I ended up being too deep, and that changed me a lot as a person. I guess it's good in a way that those experiences shaped me to be the person that I am right now, but I got into so many unnecessary drama, so many misunderstandings, so many crashing outs, and I just ended up spending so much time being mentally drained and exhausted. It's kind of weird because every lesson I learned, I would be like, okay, I'm not gonna do this the next time. But as soon as I spot someone who seems to be struggling, I just want to go help them. Without really figuring out if they want to change or not. I just instantly feel that even that part is my job. And yeah, I always felt bad whenever I thought of just walking away because I thought that was heartless. But I realized that it's okay to help people, it's okay to be a great influence, but you can't change people unless they want to change. And when you get yourself involved emotionally too deep, people will grow a reliance or dependence on you. And the pattern continues. They take you for granted, they take your energy, they take your time, and they don't even feel sorry about it. And you'll realize that you became the exact person that you wanted to change. And that is not a good place to be. I mean, you can hand them the tools, you can sit with them in their lowest point, you can cheer them on every step of the way, but if they're not willing to take accountability, then all you're doing is just breaking yourself, trying to build someone else. That's not love and kindness that you're providing. That's just self-abandonment. So if there's someone in your life that constantly needs saving, that makes you feel guilty when you set boundaries, that only comes close when they're in crisis, it's okay to take a step back. Not out of cruelty, not out of bitterness, but out of love for yourself. You can love someone and still let them go. You can wish someone well and still walk away. You're allowed to protect your energy. You're allowed to say, I hope you heal, but I can't be the one to do it for you. Some people will only change when they're forced to sit with the consequences of not changing. And the longer you cushion their fall, the longer they'll delay that moment. I learned that letting go doesn't mean that you didn't care. It means that you cared enough to stop betraying yourself in the process. So it's not your job to fix them. It never was. Thanks for watching the video. It's a monsoon season in Korea, so it's been raining quite a bit nowadays. And it's getting really hot and humid, so wherever you are in the world, I hope you're taking good care of yourself. I hope you keep yourself hydrated, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.